Ignorance is bliss. Welcome back to some of these, welcome back to this video series. I know I already messed up the intro, but it's fine. During last video, I was working on my house, but we didn't get far, but I worked on it a little bit after I recorded, and this is what we have so far. This is what the first floor looks like. The windows are all done, and we have the first floor ready. But before we get into building the house, you're gonna notice on this video that there are timestamps. Now we're in the intro section. In a little bit, we'll get to the comment section. And talking about the comment section, it should shift over right now because I'm gonna read over the comments. I actually just need to open up YouTube right now on my phone and read the comments because I actually got 2 comments beforehand, so I just want to read them out loud. So this one, so on my addiction video we have again B Infinity. I want to thank you, B Infinity, for returning, and your comment says, if you make these Minecraft videos every week, expect to see me every week as well. You have a soothing voice, and I just enjoy Minecraft gameplay in general. I also just like to listen to rants like these. After watching the video, I'd also like to say, it's good that you're worried about your friends' addictions, but as people say, you can't help someone who doesn't want to help themselves. Your worry makes you a good friend, and that's what should matter to them. It's important for friends to know if they need to talk to somebody, they can talk to you, and that is the best way to help, in my opinion. I agree that addiction is normalized nowadays, unfortunately so, but if you have the will to stay out of it and have the empathy to help others as well, you're safe. A gambling with friends video also sounds fun. Opinions on the shader. First off, I want to say thank you, B Infinity, for constantly returning to these videos. I hope to see you in the comment section again, and you're going to be like a recurring character in these. You also probably noticed I read your comment a lot more slower. I've noticed in my videos I tend to stumble a lot on my words whenever I speak a lot more faster, so I'm trying to like put into more thought and effort into reading these so I don't stutter as much and mess up your comment. But yes, thank you. I also really like that you said you can't help someone who doesn't want to help themselves. To me, that is personally really strong, because you shouldn't ever force help onto someone unless they really want it. That is a great way to view it, and I really do appreciate your comment. It means a lot, and your advice honestly gave a lot more insight. Thank you for your comment, by the way, and the Gambling with Friends video is still in the works, though I don't know if I will release it. That's like because I'm working on another montage for Valorant. Might release later next week or something. I just need to get more clips is all. And opinions on the shader. I forgot to give you my opinions on the shader. Oh my god. This shader is honestly wonderful. It's a lot more light than I thought it would be, but it adds a lot. Like, the sun isn't drastically changed, the clouds obviously are, but the sun is pretty blank and it's pretty bland. But I think that's really nice, especially from me recording this right now at 3:39 a.m. But honestly, like, it looks really standard in HD. It also looks straightforward, which I really like when it comes to these, because it's not overt, it's not in depth. It just seems like a really good vanilla shader pack that even people with maybe low-end PCs could get used to. This could be like one of their starter shader packs. I think it's really good, so I want to thank you for recommending me the shader pack. It means a lot, so thank you. I do plan to use these for future videos. If you recommend any more shaders, please let me know. Now, we have another comment. It's actually from one of my friends. His name is Cope, but he goes by amnoob06, so I will read this out. Hi Kate. Speaking of mentally ill people, I think media should do a better job at promoting help for mentally ills. Media lacks the connect for them. From my experience, mentally ill people view help as something that doesn't really help or a waste of time. I don't know if you remember what I said about people who are mentally ill, but it was very harsh towards them, which I still stand by it. Some, if not almost all mentally ill people won't get help they need because of how media portrays help. Doesn't help that mentally ill people lack IQ and EQ. What I'm saying is mentally ill people deserve help, but they lack the will or intelligence for it, to be honest. And there's addiction isn't for coping sometimes and used as attention or something to display their emotional state. I'm horrible at explaining stuff, so if you need more explanation, tell me. And sorry for leaving streams so randomly. I was really tired and turned my computer off without thinking. First off, Cope, I want to say thank you for even giving me the light of day and commenting on my video. It's uncommon that my friends comment on these videos, to be completely honest. And there is one person I wish would comment on them, comment on these videos. Their name starts with a J, but yes, I would love a lot of insight from people. And I just want to say thank you for your input. Now, with how media portrays mentally ill people and addiction, I do agree with. I don't think it's covered very well, and in fact, I think it's covered extremely harsh and negatively. It's really tough to deal with how media just interprets people and makes fun of people for who they are, and it just turns into an attention-seeking game which nobody wants to play, let's be entirely honest. But yes, even so, I even watched this one recent, or it was a while ago, but I watched this YouTuber. I won't name them, nor will I credit them, because what I think that they did was really messed up, even if it was a joke. But they were playing Valorant, and there is this teammate who was really insecure about their voice, but they got him to speak up, and once he speaked up, they instantly made fun of him, which, they thought was funny as a joke. And immediately, the person backtracked and stopped talking to them and muted. Now, I wouldn't say they're mentally ill, of course, but things like that and making fun of people for something that is so personalized to them really deters from their, what's it called? Self-esteem, that's what it's called. They deter away from their self-esteem. And that self-esteem can really be damaged and can be irreparable or irreparable. And even the comments were flaming the creator who made the shorts, saying, hey, you just really messed with his self-esteem. That's not cool. And a lot of people are on his side. And he hasn't responded to any of the comments. And I'm pretty sure the clip is a year old by this point. But yes. You also stated how, I don't know what EQ is, but many people lack IQ and EQ. That is very true. They just don't have the necessary resources to properly help them fully, or even to how they're not smart enough in the sense that they can't find the right people to help. And to me, that's really tough. But yes. You also said, sorry for leaving streams so randomly. I was really tired and turned my computer off. First off, you attending the stream is literally all I need. You could leave whenever, you could lurk in my stream, but literally, I want to thank you for even bothering to attend my stream. You don't understand. I really do not take you guys for granted, and I try my best not to. I appreciate your guys' support, and I appreciate the love and the engagement that you guys give me. It's really, it means a lot. And I just really want to say thank you. And to those who are wondering, oh, you stream? Yeah, it's actually on my YouTube banner, but I will have it in the description. It is YoliFriend Live. So twitch.tv/YoliFriendLive, and that's where I stream. I try to stream every other day, and I stream in SMP, which is why, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, I stream in SMP every other day. But yes, I really do appreciate your guys' comments, and that'll wrap it up for the comment section, or the C.S.S, as I'll probably name it in the timestamps. But yes, Now back to the actual talk, and we're over with the comment section, and you're going to see the timestamp switch from C.S.S. to the title name, Ignorance is Bliss. So, honestly, if I were to be honest, I didn't have an idea of what I would talk about in this video, and I kind of just thought of a random topic and wanted to stick with it. And it honestly will help me explain it to you guys, and you guys could also give your own insight, because at the end of the day, I just really want your guys' opinions and your views on it. But yes, there's this common saying that I hear a lot, and it's called ignorance is bliss. And I remember thinking about it a lot, and the more that I listen and hear it, the more true it becomes. Now, ignorance is bliss comes from a book that I read in English. I don't exactly remember which book it is, but I assume that it is Fahrenheit 451. Now, if you know that book, that is great. I doubt you guys care about spoilers, but in case you guys care, there are spoilers about Fahrenheit 451, and skip to this timestamp that's listed on screen in case you want to skip it. Now, back to the actual thing. Fahrenheit 451, from what I remember, is a book about this firefighter who has books stashed, because books are illegal in that universe. With books being illegal, he basically hides them, and they basically hold knowledge, because the whole system of society is really messed up in the terms of that reading and knowledge is illegal. And basically he gets found out that he has books, and he gets promptly arrested, or I don't exactly remember how it ends, but I know it ends in something really bad. Now, why do I bring this up? The society ties into ignorance is bliss because knowledge can bring unhappiness and emotion, which can also provide really bad, which can prove to be really bad to the society that they live in and the government that controls them. And this ties into me, and I hate to be self-centered, but I did want to talk about some personal experiences. So if you would just listen to me, this ties into what I'm talking about, because for the saying ignorance is bliss, when it came to who I used to think of, that would be my future, my future wife. And you might still be wondering, oh, you're still thinking about her? Not really, not anymore, because I've learned to move on, and I don't know, I possibly found someone better. Or it's not even possibly, I think I found someone better. They're a lot more communicative, though we're still new. We're taking our time, and if they do watch this, I want to let you know that I'm very, very patient. I really want to take my time on this, and I hate to do anything that you dislike from me. And I want to be the best person I could ever be for you, so please be patient with me. But yes, back to what I was saying. When thinking about her, about who could have been my future wife, it brought me a lot of thoughts, because the way that I had to deal with it was I had to simply ignore it, and I simply had to think about, hey, at the end of the day, this won't truly make me happy. I have to truly think about if I'm going to keep thinking about this and being all upset, depressed, sad, and it's not providing any value to my day-to-day life besides negativity, then I will have to stop thinking about it. And I remember doing an essay about this on Fahrenheit 451, and how people who live in ignorance tend to be more happier. And you might be wondering why, and it's just simply for the sake of that sometimes the truth doesn't need to be heard. And I think that's really powerful, because the truth can hurt, and sometimes the truth is needed, but seriously, you just need to forget what can truly happen and focus on what makes you happy. Because life can throw you around. Life can mess with you. And you just have to learn to not only accept it, but be a better person. Now, when it comes to being a better person, sometimes it gets mixed up. A lot of people don't know what that necessarily means, and do I blame them? No. There's really no definition of a good person in today's society now. It used to be definable, but people have different interpretations of what a good person is. People think a good person is somebody who takes care of themselves. Somebody thinks a good person is someone who cooks for them. Somebody thinks that a good person is someone who cleans up after themselves. There's so many interpretations, but these are qualities. People get qualities mixed up with who actually makes a good person. Like, in order to better explain it, because I explained it really poorly right now, to better explain it, people focus more on quality than quantity. That's a way better way of explaining it. Because in terms of, let's say fast food places, right? Fast food places, they focus more on quantity than quality. You could see this more common and standardized fast food places like McDonald's, Burger King, Jack in the Box, whatever comes to my mind at first, but it seriously is very common, and honestly, you just need to focus not on the quality or not on the quantity, but on the quality of someone. You need to focus on who can really make you happiest at the end of the day. And I think with the person that I talked about earlier, the person who I hope will stay with me, I really do wish that I'm enough. And if I were to ignore all the things that made me upset, I'll be able to live in bliss with the person that I cherish the most. And I hope that I'm able to grow old, and that I'm able to grow up smiling beside him, hoping that I'm able to move on to the next day with nothing but a smile on my face and wake up next to him. It'd be a dream. It'd be a dream indeed. But yes, I think about the saying ignorance is bliss not too often, but it comes up every now and then. And with the saying ignorance is bliss, it's really awing with how do I word this? How it can be such a good and bad thing. I've watched this video as well recently. I don't think I'll show it on screen, but I will link it in the description. It was, oh my god, it was Dr. K interviewing Dantes, the streamer who plays League, and he said that insecurity may not be a bad thing, and it's actually the thing that keeps him from being humble, or like it keeps him from being the person that he is. If he wasn't insecure, then he wouldn't know where he'd be. And he likes to keep that insecurity as a humbling point to show where he originated. I think that's how it went. And it made me think, the bad things that people hold on to can actually be their most important traits. It also reminds me of a quote that I will put on screen. I don't exactly remember, but I know the YouTuber The Plants Lance, aka Liam, says this a lot. The dose makes the poison. So, no matter how much of a bad trait you might have, depending on how severe it is, makes the poison. And I think that's really strong. To me, it's really strong. Because it's more connective in a way that it really ties in with how qualities can really properly impact how everything is perceived. And I think that's really cool. Let's just do these real quick. But yeah, I realized like the more I focus on ignoring the things that make me upset, the more the more blissful or the more happier I become. And it makes me realize that a bad thing can be a really good thing. Because who would want to think about negative things all day and be, is it a pessimist? I think that's the word. Who would want to be a pessimist all day? Just thinking about how negative the world is and, you know, our world is in a terrible state, all that stuff. I can't hold on to that information longer than 5 minutes. Like that, to me, that is a lot. I won't be able to take that seriously. But, yeah, like, I'd rather, I'd rather live my life without knowing the risks and without knowing how terrifying or, deadly the world can be. I'd love to live life to where I could do the dangerous things, have the most fun. An example of this, I said in the last video, skydiving. Dude, I want to go skydiving so bad. I was planning on going skydiving actually, but it got canceled because it was too expensive. And honestly, I get it. Skydiving is very scary. It is very expensive, but I think it's really fun, and I hope to go there to skydive someday. But yeah, I also need to cut these trees down. But seriously, like, I want people to also comment if they've had a situation where the best thing that happened to them in terms of the best thing that they could have done was to just simply ignore it. Like, ignorance is bliss. I want you guys to give me an example. This is kind of reminding me of English again. But yeah, just please, I would love to see your guys' comments. It means the world. And, the engagement you guys give, it's inspiring to me because it helps me be a better person, I like to say. And I think to me that's personally so lovely. Just gonna grab some leaves real quick. But yeah, like, even today actually I got rated on Twitch. I want to thank that person, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot your name, so I apologize. But if I'm gonna put your name on screen. I want to say thank you for rating my stream. It really does mean a lot. And I don't know if you realize the effect that you've had on me specifically, but I appreciate all the support, all the engagement that I've gotten, whether it's my stream or these videos, because I know it's not like I think being a YouTuber is easy, because obviously I'm very inconsistent and I expect you guys to leave whenever, but I think it's really sweet that the support that I've gotten has been nothing short of amazing. And for how these random rants and rambles go, I'm surprised that it's been stuck with you guys for so long. But yeah, I just like to ignore all the issues that I could possibly be dealing with, because on a more serious note, I do struggle with something that's pretty serious. I won't go into specifics, but it is a disorder. And I remember going through disorders, and I didn't know it was a disorder until like I did a research topic for it for my senior English class, and I was like, that might be what I have. But yes, like, what's it? Like, I do have a disorder. I won't go into specifics, but it is really, I don't know if it could be deadly. That's actually a pretty stupid question. It is pretty deadly. I did research on this. But you really don't need to worry. But yeah, obviously I'm alive. I'm kicking it. You can see I'm not kicking the bucket yet. I'm kicking live, and I'm doing pretty good. But ignoring the fact that I do have an addiction, yet I'm pushing, or not an addiction, sorry, a disorder, but I'm still pushing to be a better person because I want to do it not for myself, but, or actually more for myself, not for other people. This is the first time I've ever thought of being selfish. I don't like being selfish. I love being selfless. I help people the best I can, and I want people to be the best that they can. And the fact that I'm able to push past that fear of like, but what if they feel like this, to the point where I'm like, oh, this is for myself. I don't care what other people think, is a huge milestone for me. And to anyone that struggles with disorders and how they how I'm dealing with mine, I'm really focusing on myself. I want to be a better person. I want to be the bigger person. I want to be a role model for someone. And this is going to sound very, very stupid to say, but B Infinity is going to probably be one of my better motivators in order for me to continuously upload these videos, because he or she is a reoccurring person that comes in my comments and gives me the motivation to upload more times than not. Even if they were gone, I'd still upload videos, but that doesn't deter away from the fact that they had an impact on my life one way or another. And ignoring the fact that I could be doing these videos for money, which obviously I'm not, but I could be doing these videos for money, but I'd like to ignore that fact. I don't care about the views that I get. I don't care. Hi, buddy. Ooh. I don't care about the views that I get or how many views that I get, nor do I care about the video quality. I care about this community, and I care about you guys, and I want to do it for you guys. I don't care that a video could turn out bad or that I'm inconsistent. The fact that I'm genuine and I get shown appreciation and support for how genuine I am really awes me more ways than one. But yes, what's it? It's time to make the roof, but yeah. That was a whole little rant, but yeah. What else? I need to get more logs, I think. 100% because I need to... No, I don't think I'll recreate this floor. But yeah, but yeah, drop your comments on when Ignorance is Bliss promptly was related to you. And I just want to say that the last thing I do want to talk about is another experience, right? When it comes to Ignorance is Bliss, you tend to ignore all the I apologize if you also hear stuff in the background, but you also tend to hear or try to ignore a lot of the negative things that happen in your life. And of course, nobody's perfect, you know, or of course, nobody's perfect. A lot of people had bad things happen in their life, whether it's negative or sorry, that's not what I'm trying to say. A lot of people have negative things that happen in their life, whether it's something that's severely wrong and bad, aka like racism that has occurred in their life or whatever. But a lot of people have experienced something bad, and for me, what I've experienced was bad parenting. I won't get into too specifics, but all I need to know is that I grew up in a single parent household because the other parent was really bad, and I was forced to see them. Sorry, I'm trying not to give away their gender, but it might be really hard. So if I slip up, you guys know that much about me. But yeah, they're a really bad person, and I was forced to see them every month, and that was the worst month that I've ever gone through. Or every time I had to visit them was the worst month I had to go through every time. Where do I put this? I think I put this. Yep, right there. But yeah, it was basically every time I went was like the worst month every single time. And it got to the point where it became more so deadly and dangerous for me to go there. And I wish I was joking. That is real. But yeah, my brother helped me out a lot when it came to that. He protected me, and now all I do is ignore it. Granted, I do actually acknowledge it every once in a while because, you know, now it doesn't affect me. But if we're to be completely honest, at the time it really did heavily affect me. And I was really worried for my life back then. I'm not, but knowing that something bad could have happened really put me in a very negative mood and negative perspective for quite a while. But ignoring that fact and realizing that, hey, I could be a better person. I could be a better person than them. I could show them that growing under a single parent rather than them can be a greater way to show that I'm the better kid in this family. And I think it works. I have a better outview on life. I mean, I follow advice from my other parent. I follow their guidelines, or I follow their rules that they have, and I think that I'm a better person because of it. And saying that ignorance is bliss isn't inherently wrong. I genuinely do think that ignorance is bliss, and that is entirely correct. I'm not opposed to say that it is literally true. I remember doing the essay in English, and I said that it was false. I don't think ignorance is bliss. I think ignorance is running away from your problems, which I still agree with, but it is also a way for you to change, because changing, no matter how you look at it, changing is a way of running away from your problems. So, if you want to change to be better, you're running away from your problems to be better. And I think that has twisted my brain in the most delusional, or not delusional, the craziest way I can imagine. But it's true. It's true. Ignorance is bliss, and ignorance isn't bliss. It's messed with my head for so long. But that's really all that I want to talk about. I think next episode we'll start to get into the I don't know how to feel about these windows. These windows are low-key. Tell me in the comments if I should align it with these windows or if I should keep it like that. Because they don't look too bad, but I don't know. Anyway. That's really all that I wanted to talk about. I wish I had more to talk about, but I didn't prepare for this video because I wasn't originally planning on recording it today because I did a lot of stuff on and off stream. And if you want to check it out, links in the description. But yeah, I just hope you guys enjoyed this this video. It's gonna take me a little while to upload, but it should be up by like 8 a.m. PST today. So you guys take care. Have a nice morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. So yeah, and as always, the classic Truman outro. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye, guys. Peace.